Felt right in the moment, felt right in the summertime. It felt right drinking cherry wine with you. Just wanted to own it, just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here, oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you.
Welcome to the Sparkle Show. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm amazing. How are you?
I'm good. I love your music. Today I was hearing it. How long have you been doing music?
So I have been singing ever since I was a little kid, but I just really got into myself and my own vibe this past year.
During COVID, that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, so I've been in a cocoon for the past year and a half, just really delving into the self and creating beautiful music. So yeah, thank you.
I love that. And it's so good to take advantage of the opportunity and turn it into a positive and say I'm going to use this time to at least make all this happen and make my creative spirit grow.
Right.
So you're with White Lion Audio.
I am.
So how long have you been with them?
So I just signed with them. So I dropped my EP on 12/12. So I just signed with them last week.
Oh, awesome. They're great people.
Yeah.
They always represent great talent. So I'm
right. Yeah, so I'm excited. And what's crazy is, I have an affinity for lions. So I have lions all over my wall, right? And I had a friend tell me that when she went to a retreat, she went to the astral plane and she saw me and I was a white lion. So when White Lion reached out to me, I was like, that's a sign.
That is such a cool story. Wow.
Yeah, I'm like, that's a sign. I'm like, that's where I'm going. So yeah, it's great. So at this point, I'm just following the yellow brick road, as they say, just following all the signs.
That is such a good story. Wow. Yeah. I'm curious to see what's going to happen. Right now, have you been writing your own music or do you collab with other people?
So I actually just wrote this entire album. I had an experience where I met a divine counterpart, right? And when you meet this counterpart, which is basically the other half of your soul, then they spark all of this type of emotions that you've never felt, and your heart just opens up, and then you have to separate from them, and in that separation, voila, all of this creativity, passion, everything flowed, and I was like, wow, this is a full-blown movie. So I created this whole soundtrack, and it's basically about the transformation of my own soul, So yeah.
So you wrote about this experience.
Yeah, exactly. So it goes from focusing on the external, which is the counterpart, to realizing this is an internal journey. So it goes from focusing on him to no, this is all about me. This is about healing my own self, facing my own demons,
That's so cool. This is going to be really empowering for a lot of people.
Yeah. And then, it's important to let people know that you don't have to suffer in silence. We all go through these things, but not many people talk about them. But it's important to let people know, hey, even if you go through what you need to go through, you don't have to stay there either. You can come up out of it, pull yourself out of that energy, and then overcome it. And that's what the journey of life is about, overcoming,
Well, yeah, and you took a really dark year and started to make really good music. So there's that story too.
Exactly, because when it's dark, right, you got to shine light on it, right? So everything that dies has to be reborn, hence the cycle of life.
So what kind of things were you doing up until this year? Were you actively doing music, just not on your own, or were you doing other things?
No. I so actually, Sparkle, like I've just been like working, but prior to me working on my own project, like I did a whole lot of cover bands, just working with other people, but like not really doing my own type of music. At the end of the day, like I love to do like a pop rock and a soul rock. But because I was making like this full-blown movie, then I figured I would start out as a statement album saying like this is who I am, and then make this movie with a whole bunch of dramatic music. So prior to this, like I was just working, hustling, not chasing my dream. And then something mystical happened to me. And I was with someone for like 15 years. And we broke up, and then I was in this dark, dark place. And then I had a dream. And in this dream, there was this long clock tower, right? And the clock tower had this mystical being on the side of it. And this being looked at me and she was telling me, it's time, right? So after that dream, like I walked away from the ex, from the cat, from the whole life, and like pretty much like started my whole life over. So I walked away from everything that I ever loved and like started my whole life over. And I literally have been hibernating for like 2 years working on my subconscious mind.
Well, I love that. Hey, I mean,
it's like reborn, you know?
Isn't that crazy? I mean, that must have been like scary at first, to, like leave everything behind.
Yeah, but it's like something was like pulling me, saying like, because I was just waking up every day and you're like in this program and you're like, wait, this is not my life. You know what I mean? Like, this is not the life that I planned. And it's like, wait a minute, what? Like, it was, I can't even explain it, because it was just like, this is not the life that I'm supposed to be living here. You know what I'm saying? Period. Like, I just had to walk away from it. And like, you were walking into the unknown, but like deep down, this is what you got to do here. This is what you got to do.
I am with you 100%, girl. And I think so many people can relate to that.
Yeah.
And I think the hardest part is making the transition and being like, going right into it.
Right. Because you know what? I had realized that I was in like this mental prison for like 30 years, like living a life based off of what other people wanted. And because I didn't want to hurt other people's feelings, and you know what I'm saying? Just basically other people, right? But I wasn't really living my own truth. And like life is really about speaking and living your own truth. But you got to go through like layers of conditioning to even get to your own truth, you know?
So how has it been? Excuse me if it's like a personal question, but like financially kind of breaking out and doing all this. I would think that could be a hardship. And I know that's what gets people stuck a lot of times.
Right. But if you like just work on yourself, work on your limiting beliefs, and like trust your higher power, universe, whatever you want to call it, right? Mm-hmm. Just like trust. Let me tell you, I like logically, the money I make, there's no way that I should have been able to create this whole movie, right? But I just trusted that this is what I need to be doing. So like I just took piece by piece by piece, right? Song by song by song, and just had patience and just had faith, and like law of attraction works, right? So like resources just started flowing. Resources just started coming. And then I was able to create a whole visual album. What? As an independent artist?
That's
now you
really
know. You know, right. So it's like when you just like follow your path, walk in your truth, trust the universe, people, places, things, resources flow to you. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be willing to like say, I don't know what's next. I don't know how I'm gonna get it done, but it's already done.
Well, that's very inspirational.
Thanks.
Where do you live currently?
I'm in Delaware.
Delaware. Is it cold over there right now?
Yeah. Delaware is like 20 minutes from Philly, and it's like cold now. But girl, I have on like a ski snowsuit every single day. So
So is this where you were always from? Were you always from Delaware?
yes, I was always from Delaware, and then I moved to first I had moved to Atlanta, then I moved to Vegas for like 4 years. That was crazy.
Really? You were on the West Coast for a little bit.
Yeah. Then I moved to Florida, and then I moved to Philly, and then back to Delaware. So
Well, that seems like an exciting life.
yeah, if I could remember it, I would tell you all about it. It was a crazy life back then, though, for sure.
So are you working to collaborate with other artists?
Yes. So for this first project, I just wanted it to be about the transformation, but moving forward, like I would love to collaborate. At the end of the day, messaging is extremely important to me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's about lifting people up and like having some type of positive message at the end. You know what I'm saying? Like where you start doesn't have to be where you finish. So like
Right.
it just depends on the artist. So if I'm collaborating with like someone that like invokes some type of soul message, I'm like all about that, you know?
You have like a vision.
Yeah, I would love that.
Something to the table with the same vision, kind of.
Exactly. So right now though, like next week I am working with my new band. So once we get the band together, then we'll be touring in the summer. So it's just all coming together. It's just so great. I'm so excited.
How'd you meet the new band?
Through White Lion, through my manager Kenny.
So he got you all the moving parts. So you got
Yes, it's all coming together. So I'm meeting them next week, and we're gonna work on songs from this album and songs that's gonna be on the new album, which is more like a rocking out vibe.
How did you do this last one? Who was your band for this one?
No, so I just had tracks for the last album.
Okay.
Yeah. I just had tracks.
Do you kind of have all the music like synthesized then?
Yeah.
And you said you used to work with like various cover bands. Was this like when you were traveling to like one state to another?
Yeah. So like I was doing more of the corporate like wedding scene, corporate.
I mean,
yeah, it's like great gig money, right? But it's just very corporate. So that was Vegas and Atlanta and Florida. But so like very like everyone else, right? But then you find out who you are, and then you find your own voice.
Yeah, for sure. So where can we get all of your music now? Because everyone watching is going to want to know where exactly we could find everything.
So it's on Spotify, it's on iTunes, it's on Amazon, it's on really all the platforms. And then if you want to see this visual epic movie,
I want to.
That's on YouTube. And if you go and then click on the playlist, then you will see the actual journey from start to finish, from the like ego death to the finishing of just surrendering to your soul, man. It's great. So it's like soul music in the sense of like, this is like music that my soul like created. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really singing from my soul. Like consciously, I had nothing to do with it. It just all came from the soul, you know?
So if you had to collaborate with anybody we know, who would it be?
Yeah. It would be CeeLo Green.
Oh, I love CeeLo. I've seen him in
Yeah.
concert. He's amazing.
Yes, I think he's very out there in his thinking, and his beliefs are very expanded, and I would just love to sit and write with him and like pick his brain and like see how like far we can go up in frequency.
I love that you say that you chose him. Like, I've been a huge fan of him, and I don't hear that name anymore. So that would be really cool to collaborate.
Yeah, he is great. And then when he worked on the Gnarls Barkley album, like that's right up my alley because it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like rocking out, but like soulful too, you know?
That's the sound I like.
Right, because I just love music that like bring all the genres together. At the end of the day, like music's way too big to just put in a box. You know what I mean? Like I can't just be, you know, like soulful. Like, nah, I love to rock out, blues it out. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I get a little R&B, but more rock. But I'm just saying, it's just way too big to just be like, this is what I do, you know?
Who have you been compared to? I'm sure you've been compared to a lot of people. What's one is like a comparison you've heard a lot?
Amy Winehouse.
Oh, I love Amy Winehouse. That's
yeah. Just because of the that we do. Got a lot of the whining, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I love Amy. She's amazing. So that's a full-blown compliment.
Oh yeah. So where can we get, this is all one album, but do you have previous work that's out there that we could find too?
I don't. This is like the birth of Nitro Nitra.
Where did this come up with Nitro Nitra? Tell us. You're behind this.
So I like used to teach Zumba, right? So I'm very like high energy. So when you think of Nitro, like it's explosive, right? So I came here to like make waves, create waves, like drop a bomb. You know what I'm saying? Like a very high frequency person. So Nitra is my name. So it's all Nitra, right? But Nitra is my nickname, right? So I used to teach Zumba and they used to call me Nitro. So I just think when you tell someone and they say, what's your artist name? They'll remember Nitro, right? And because Nitra is spelled just like Nitro, but an A on the end, because my slogan used to be, it's Nitro, but an A on the end. It just made sense.
I love that. I knew there would be a story. So Zumba, that's so cool because the other artist on this episode also was like fitness and rap. So it's like two different things. I love it. Like it's music and exercise. You feel the power. It's like and one fuels the other.
Right. Pump it up. You got to keep it moving. So
are you still doing Zumba?
I'm not, but I miss it. I was just focused on the music now, but
I was gonna say you make them online classes. I would get in there with you.
Yeah, they were pumping. I used to be like, we would make like full-blown music videos in the class. It was great.
So where can we follow you?
So my Instagram is Nitro Nitra, Nitro Nitra. Follow me on that. I'm on Facebook, Nitro Nitra. I have a fan page on there, so I would love it if you join me on that as well.
And Twitter?
I don't have a Twitter yet, but I'm working on it. I know.
Wait, that's your YouTube, and I thought
you got to get on like all these platforms, you know.
It's not fun. I mean, it's a lot of work. So I subscribed to your YouTube channel. Am I going to continue to get new content and see what you're up to that way as well, or was it just for that one?
No. No, that was just the beginning. So like now that I'm getting the band together, then I'll be doing like live performances, cover songs. Yeah, like that was just me saying hello. You know what I'm saying? So like
So we
now
are going to get everything now. We are going to get more.
More, way more, way more. So yeah, it's exciting. I'm like so pumped. I'm so glad that you had me on your show today and I got to meet you.
Well, like I said, White Lion Audio has a great team. So I think you're in good hands. I can't wait to see what you're going to come up with next.
Awesome. Me either.
Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
You are so welcome, Sparkle. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for listening to Nitro Music.
He snapped his fingers, put his arms around my neck. It felt so good that I could tell I would regret, but oh, didn't know that he was cold. He looked at me and sent two shivers down my spine. He put a spell on me that I cannot deny, but oh, wish I knew that he was cold. But in the flash, he turned away. Not a place he didn't stay. Down to November, I'll know his heart. He's a breaker of hearts. So before you give him time, keep in mind he's a cold, cold soul. 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 He ordered me right up and took it his way. He flipped me over and told me that I would pay, but oh, didn't know that he was gone. He grabbed my hair, then frosted my thighs. No words were spoken, just filled me up with lies. But oh, wish I knew that he was gone. But in the ring of fire, it's pure desire. Oh, perspire. Now to November, I'll know he's wrong. He was still your goal. So before you walk the line, keep in mind he's a cold, cold soul. He's a cold, cold. He's a cold, cold soul. He's a cold, cold soul. He's a cold, cold soul. He'll snap his fingers, put his arms around your neck. It'll feel so good, but you will surely regret it. Oh, he's a cold, cold soul. He's a cold, cold soul. Now they call him a cold soul. He's a cold, cold soul. He was still your girl. He's a cold, cold soul. Yeah. He's a cold, cold soul. He's a cold soul. He'll order you right up and take it his way. He'll flip you over and tell you that you must pay. Oh, oh. He's a cold, cold soul. He's a cold, cold soul.
Aunt Rose, what is he?
It's a cold, cold soul. Bless his heart.
Oh, yes, bless his
I
heart.
think we finished.
Hey, Emerald, I love you. You're staying hydrated. I need a water that big.
Yeah, I stay on it.
I have water
That's
and
what
I have a big flask, but your water is actually bigger than mine.
Yeah, I know. I mean, once you get on the water hydration, your skin, you just feel amazing too, you know?
How much of those do you drink a day?
I drink one of these every day for sure.
That's really good. And that's so important for people to know. Is that how you got the abs?
The abs, you keep asking. That is actually it's a part of it, you know, it's to speed up the digestive system, make sure, you know, your metabolism is always going. But mostly it was from like actually working out plus the water intake. I feel like the water is more of a skin thing for me. Like, you know, you want to have good skin and you want to feel more energy.
Do you feel that a lot of people don't get enough water?
100%. I feel like a lot of people are dehydrated, and that affects their mood, that affects their skin, gives them headaches and stuff like that. So I feel like majority of people are not getting their daily dosage of water.
Yeah, because I train and a lot of people tell me they hate water. I'm like, what do you mean you hate water?
Like Kool-Aid or what?
I guess where they have to have
Like
a flavor. A lot of people have to have it flavored or have like a fruit in there. They can't just have plain water. It's like, it's really bizarre to me.
Yeah, no, I agree though. Water is something like, you know, you just don't want water sometimes. You want something sweet or juice or something. So I understand. But flavor water is key. That's why you know, 50 Cent made vitamin water because he would be like, I like water, but he would get bored of drinking water. So it's very common.
So you have so much going on, and I love people like you because it's not like just one thing. There's so many things going on. You have the fitness, which you're obviously good at, and then you have the music, which you're obviously good at. What came first for you? Was it the fitness or the music?
Sports was my first because I played soccer, so I was always into being athletic. But then music was also ingrained into my soul. Just you know, rapping from being in like the 3rd grade, rapping in the backyard around the same time I was playing soccer. So I was more committed to fitness at the time.
So soccer was your main sport.
I used to be skinny. No muscle.
Just all like it was all that leg work. That's interesting. Did you play other sports or soccer was like the main deal?
No, I committed myself to one sport my whole life.
I love that. So how far did you go with that?
I ended up playing college ball. Then I ended up going out to Europe to play in Germany. Went to school out there and got to play at Division II soccer level. So it was pretty nice.
How exciting. Oh my gosh. That's really, what a great experience. Did you learn how to speak German at all?
Was machst du heute? Wo geht's? Not really, just a little bit. I mean, I should have learned more, I felt like. But I learned a little bit from just being in class and not understanding what anybody was saying to me for the most part.
That's so good. What did you study music while you were there? Or what was your study?
When I went over there, it was just general classes, general ed, English, math. I did have a music class as well, but when I was out there, I was mostly for soccer. Wasn't really as focused on school as I was on playing the sport.
So did you end up graduating there?
No, I just did one semester and then I came back.
Oh, okay. So did you graduate here?
Yeah, I graduated here.
From what school?
Well, I went to Mount Sac and then I transferred to Cal Poly Pomona.
Oh wow. Well, so what degree did you end up getting?
Communication.
Well, that's why you're a great communicator.
Yeah, and then minored in psychology.
So where the music? So then you started rapping. So music was kind of a side thing. When did it become more of a forefront for you?
Yeah. So music, I was rapping from like 3rd grade, just doing little videos in the backyard. Then to high school is when I started really making songs, and then 18, 19, just staying in with writing and creating. But then I really started to take it more serious around like 19, 20, 21 is when I started to do like shows and touring and stuff like that.
So who did you tour with?
It was a high school tour. So originally I started off when I was about 19, speaking to like different high schools in the Central Valley and performing at their rallies. And then from there, it started to go to like self-development seminars. I would get opportunities in different shows. And then, you know, I already had connections in Europe. So I got to go back to Europe and perform in Berlin, Germany.
That must have been so fun. What a fun little life you have.
Yeah, I mean, I just honestly, I just follow what I'm most passionate about. And I just, that's what drives me is my passion overall. The thing.
And you seem not afraid to like jump up and just go and do things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I always review my life. I'm like, what am I scared of? Like, I'm not really scared of much, but online shopping. I was just thinking about that today. Like, online shopping scares me for some reason. Like, ordering something that I don't know. And I feel like it's like, but nothing in like actual life. It's just like sometimes just not knowing, like, you know, you don't know if it's going to fit. You don't know if it's your right size. You know, you don't want to send it back once you get it. So
that is a problem. I've had a problem with that as well. So because I order a lot of stuff from other countries and I'm just like, I just get stuck with it. So
yeah.
So right now, where are you recording music at a studio and where can we hear your music?
Yeah, so all my music is on YouTube primarily, Spotify, and other outlets like that. I do have a studio. Sometimes I go to District 7. Today I'm actually going to a different studio, so I'm always switching it up. With COVID, a lot of studios are now shut down, so it's like you got to get it in wherever you can. Really, it's like the gym. Like gyms are closing. You got to go to a different gym. You got to find a different home. Yeah, you got to go where you can.
Have you collabed with anybody that we would know?
Who have I collab with? Right now, I haven't really been doing as many collaborations with people as much as I've been really just working on just honing the craft and getting better. But I do plan on starting to collab a lot more this upcoming year.
So do you want to collab more with like females? Who is like your choice of collabing if you can collab with anybody?
If I could collab with anyone, I would say J. Cole, Big Sean, Chance the Rapper, those guys. So I'm just working my way up the ladder so I get that opportunity. Had a couple messages back and forth that hasn't fell completely through yet. So just waiting for that opportunity to come up.
So you have a YouTube channel, right? Where you do like you dabble in that kind of as well, where you start doing stuff like that. Where can we find that? And what's kind of the stuff you do? Because I know you did some fitness tips since I videotaped it at one time for it.
Yeah.
What kind of advice and tips can we get from your YouTube channel? And what's the content?
Yeah, on my YouTube channel is primarily music, and then it's mixed with a little bit of like just daily vlogs and workout videos and motivation and insights that I experience. I just try to bring you a little closer in at the same time, keeping it entertaining and fun, rather than be doing skits and stuff or interviews and stuff like that. So I try to mix it up, but I try to keep it entertaining and somewhat some gems. I want to put something that's inspiring, you know. That's what I want to leave my life with, where I get to inspire people to follow what they love to do the most.
And what makes you that way? How do you become, you know, positive and inspirational?
For me, it was primarily a lot of mentors in my life that kind of sowed the seed, and then a reflection of ultimately like who I am as a person. I reflect and I ask like what value am I giving to others when I'm talking to them? What value are they getting out of my life? I don't like to be too surface, you know, like when you're surface, it's just about me or what you see or how I can make you feel, but when it's like a little bit deeper, then you get to actually have the experience to where people message you and say like, you know, like you saw me when I was down and you said this word and that affected me in a positive way. And I want to thank you. So it's those little moments I feel like are more fulfilling than like all the things that we see on the surface.
So what gave you your drive? So you honed in on soccer, one sport, which is really smart. You went to Europe and did that. Then you're like shifted gears a little bit and like, I'm going to do music and this. What gives you the drive that you have to do all these things?
Yeah. At the time I was always pursuing music, but someone told me I had to choose, like you have to choose and really dedicate yourself. And for a long time, I had just been dedicated to soccer. And when I started to split my focus, because I had two passions, I started to split my focus, then it started to affect. So then I decided to shift gears, like you said, and then shift to my next focus, which was what I was most passionate about in that present moment journey. The drive is just like I like this shit, you know. I like to do it. Like I wake up, I'm like, I want to do this. The drive is having an internal part of me that just says yes every time I create a song or rap, you know. So that's primarily the reason that I'm driven. I'm just driven by internal yes, like let's do it. And once I feel a no, then I shift gears. I was just like, oh, I don't feel like doing this anymore.
So what do you do? Does this generate income at all? Has any of this been lucrative? Are you doing anything with your communications degree?
Yeah, it's all lucrative. There's two ways that it's been lucrative: an opportunity and network. Because you know they say your network is a reflection of your net worth. So being able to play soccer originally brought me to Germany, but then I started making music, which brought me back to Berlin and got me on stage in front of you know, about like a whole full club of people. So when it comes to like rather the opportunity or the finances, it's been both there. As far as financially, I take it as an opportunity to brand myself so I could have other businesses that could fund this more. So I never really behind the scene, I'm always doing a lot more than what I push out in front of people.
Right. That's what I was curious about, because I know that's the problem with all this entertainment stuff. There is so much work and dedication before it becomes lucrative. I mean, a lot of people think that you're just getting paid for being awesome.
Yeah.
There's so much more. So I was kind of wondering what else you were doing. Do you train at all? Are you a personal trainer at all?
Yeah. So I do have online courses that I release, and I do have a couple clients, and I also have a juicing business. It's called Depree's Juice. And yeah, that's pretty much.
So where can we buy that?
Just through Instagram. Just go to Depree's Juice and then just message the Instagram, and then we'll have it delivered.
Oh wow, that's so cool. So what's in the juice?
There's 3 different juices. There's one for your skin, which is called Sunrise, and that's going to be carrots, ginger, and then also oranges. And then the other one is the beets, which is I call it Sex Me Up, because it's supposed to help with your sex drive and everything too. Seriously. And that's for a recovery. So it's like blood circulation. It's a good pre-workout before hitting the gym as well. And then my last one is what you need after a long weekend in Vegas or partying or going a little
recovery.
And that's going to be my green detox. So it's called Green Squeeze, and that's cucumber, celery, all that stuff.
That is so cool. You have your own juice. Is it sold anywhere else, or it's really just strictly through you? We can't.
Yeah, actually, I just started it on my birthday, so it's fairly new. I started it in November, which is it's only been a month. So we're still building like the foundation of it. So right now it's just through me until I could.
I'd be drinking it right now. I like all of that. I need all of that in my life.
Mom, yeah, I had some this morning. I was like, thank God for juice. You know.
So who makes this?
I have a couple people that help me out make it. Right now it's me, and then I have 2 people that also help out with the business that make the juice as well.
Does it last for a long time, or is it super
7 days? 7 days before.
Oh, that's pretty good. Okay.
7 days before it becomes kombucha.
Nice. You are just an awesome little entrepreneur, Emerald.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I'm just like I like juice. So if I like juice, you know, I buy juice. So I one of my good friends says, like, whatever you like, you know, give it to other people. Give what you like to other people. So
do you have one there that we could see? Is there one in the other room we can go grab?
I just drunk all of them out, and I just sold out. So I'm sorry. Otherwise, I'll totally show you.
Okay, so what's this called again? What's the juice called that we were gonna DM you for?
It's called Depree's Juice.
Depree's Juice. Okay. I'm gonna see what I do. I can't wait to try it. Like I'm actually gonna next time I see you at the gym, be like, "Where's that juice?"
Yeah, I'll give you one. Which one would you like to try?
They all sound great. Probably the workout one.
The bee juice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got you. Yeah, I do have some. It's in a little container. It's just not in the bottle. It's like in a the little jug. My personal use.
Emerald, what brought you back to the Central Valley? Because you've just been all over the place. Why are you in Fresno right now?
COVID, to be honest. Mostly, well, I lived in SD for a while. I was out there. I was working with a lot of clubs and in the promotion industry. And then I just decided like I wanted to see more of the world, you know, like you're living downtown, you get to experience things, and then you say, okay, I want, is there more out there? You know, is there more experience out there for me? I never get settled and stuck to one spot. So then I gave up my lease, and then I decided to travel, and then I went to Spain, Thailand, Germany, Iceland. I went back to Germany again. Iceland. After that, I went to Japan, China. So I came back to Fresno to go to other places because this is my home city. So home city is always home.
Well, that's how it's gotta be. So you're doing the family thing now. You're hanging out, and then when COVID's over, you're gonna do something amazing.
I wouldn't say necessarily doing the family thing. I'm more. I feel like 2020 and 2021 has been a huge year for a lot of people where it kind of set a lot of people down. And
your family's in the Central Valley, right?
100%. Yeah.
Okay, that's why I said the family thing. Like,
yeah, like I'm a family guy. I'm a dad now. No, more of just this year kind of set me down, and I feel like personally I kind of needed it after going to so many countries and always being on the go, to kind of just reflect and pause, and then redirect my energy to like where I want to go next.
did it help your creative side at all? Like, just creating new music and stuff, because you got time to settle down? Because when you're creative, I mean, a lot of times being creative takes time and focus that you might not have when you're traveling. Did it help you come up with like new music?
Yeah, I get really, really stagnant if I'm in one spot. Like my energy.
I get that.
You know, so when it came to my creativity, I have to go, like my next spot is I want to go to Hawaii to refresh my mind. I went to Vegas. I messed up. I shouldn't have went to Vegas. Bad idea. You know, I got to party, but I need to, there's certain places that your energy needs to go to restore. You know, Hawaii is one of those places, in Costa Rica. But when I went to Thailand, when I traveled, in my song, it's called Body on Me. It says, I just took a trip up to Thailand, got 13, I was still island, Henny on the plane and tequila on the boat. So just like stuff like that, little like things that personalize your songs, and things that you can add to your vocabulary and stuff after traveling that you wouldn't be able to do if you were just in your crib. I mean, you could make up stuff though. A lot of rappers do that.
Yeah, that's true. So all of your music is on your show. What's the show on YouTube that you have?
Emerald Depree. So everything is pretty simple. It's just the name that's right there, and you can find everything under Emerald Depree, whether that be Instagram, YouTube, or on Spotify.
And you have a Facebook page as well, right?
I have a Facebook page as well. Yeah, correct.
Okay, cool. We're gonna look into that. We're gonna look at all your music. You said some mentors. Can you elaborate a little bit on some of the mentors that you've had?
Yeah, so I had my brother was a huge mentor. He's a very smart guy, accountant, very social, very, very social guy, like, you know, more social than I am, and I'm a pretty social person. So I just kind of I learned from his experiences. After I moved out to college, I moved out with him, and we were living together, and we had deep talks. And then it led to my next mentor, who's a really big YouTuber. His name is Preston Smiles, and I met him in a really dark time in my life, you know, where I was just living the surface life, partying, frat life, turned
I
up.
love how you say that, the surface life. I totally get what you're saying. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah. I was just like, on the surface, everything looks great, you know, like, oh, you're partying, you're posting, you're at the club, you're doing good. But deep down, like internally, you're actually missing a link. And I think that link for me was a self-awareness of what I was ignoring with myself, a self-awareness of what am I not dealing with because I'm too busy partying and tuning out the pain that I had from my childhood but now my ego or my outer personality wants to show everything's great, I'm having a great time, but deep down you don't truly connect with those people. That's why there's a disconnect with certain people. No matter how high you get up, If you're not really connected to here, you'll feel that disconnect with certain people, and it'll turn you off.
And then sometimes when you get really into yourself, then you don't want those friends anymore that you had on the surface life, huh?
Yeah, no, because you get to that level, and then those friends that like that or relate to that no longer relate to you. You're no longer
Right.
So
and they don't want to talk about any enlightenment. It's like, no,
they question your intent. They question who you are. It's just because they're sometimes we have our own fear, and we're not willing to go to the places that are truly dark in our lives. We're not willing to have those conversations. It's safe on the surface. It's scary when you go deep in the ocean. You know, when it's dark, it's really scary down there. But when you go down there and you realize, oh, it's not that bad. There's some fishes down there. Oh, there's Nemo, you know, and then you start to clean up what's on the reef, you know, what's on the bottom, and you start to clean up all that mess. Then it starts to flow to the top, and that's when you can really build a mountain and a foundation that won't just crash.
That's a really good metaphor.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So what was some of the things when you experienced all of the transformative, did it allow you to create better music and just kind of zone in on these different things and focus a little more on fitness and your channel and come up with the juice idea? Was that all part of it?
I think when you're dealing with the deep internal stuff, you could create from that place. That's where you get a lot of artists that do create from a dark place, and they're giving you that energy, like life is terrible and I can't So there's still an expressive art in that. But then what happened was my art started to shift to a different expression, a more light, and I had to question the old music that I was making, like like
I would think so.
Like Papa Molly, I'm sweating, woo, like to like, okay, how can I affect this person? How can I say something without being too preachy? Because that's the thing, you don't want to be too preachy. You want to still have people be like, hey, turning up, dancing, hitting a little whoa, but you still want to offer some type of like, what did he say? Like, what did that mean?
Well, I think just talking about your experience is what makes it, great. So I think a lot of people can gain some insight from you.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm always learning, and I feel like the ultimate goal for me is to, one, be a full in-body expression of what I love to do, and then two, just stay true to who I am at the end of the day. A lot of people are like, they're not true to themselves because we're so bombarded by so much information of what we're supposed to be and what things are supposed to look like.
Right.
Or maybe it could be a direct input on your life. Like somebody could be like, I don't like this about you. You need to change that. And that if it sticks in your head and you believe it and you hold on to it, then you might just shift. And then now you became a part of what they were thinking you should be. Rather
right.
Parents, family, loved ones, whatever that may be, you're affected by that. So it's like important to be aware of those humans. And then also, like I said, stay true. And you have to know yourself deeply.
Then try to take the good advice and discern the difference of like, well, I can take this advice without changing who I am.
Yeah, example, like I'll get certain people, I love your hair, I'll get that. And I'll get some people like, when are you going to cut your hair? Like, are you going to cut your hair? What are you doing with it? And then in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, why do they keep like, let me be me. Like, I like my hair, but in other people's reality, they're going to say, you look better this way. Or or my mom might say, why do you work out so much? You need to stop. You're getting old. You're going to be one of those muscular guys, and then if these words affect you, then you'll shift your reality to match other people's reality.
Emerald, have you ever done any fitness competitions? I know you hang out with people in that world. Have you ever done it yourself?
It's in the works. I don't, the main thing is like I said, I like to focus on one thing. I don't like to spread myself too thin.
So you think you might do one of those competitions? Oh my.
Yeah, I do. I definitely think it's in the works, and I do like train as if I'm gonna step on and do a show. I train as if I'm like in my mind, I'm like I'm getting ready. I'm 2 weeks out, and I want to win. But in reality, I'm not entering in any contests yet. But it is in the works.
Yeah, well, I mean, you look contest ready to me. I would vote. Right?
You did a competition as well, right? And how did that go?
Well, it was great, but that was for like a magazine. It was a Miss Health and Fitness, so I didn't have to be in front of the world, bending down a bikini. It was like on, it wasn't like on a stage. So it was a little less tedious than what you're probably entering into. So
Yeah.
But I wish I had known you that I would have like totally plugged the juice. I would have been probably living off of your juice for everything.
Yeah, detox. The detox and the beet recovery one. Those are I mostly go for the skin one. I really like stuff that helps your skin glow.
How much are the juices?
They're $7.50.
Remember, that's just like a coffee at Starbucks.
Is it really?
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
that's like a solid Dutch Bros or something. It's like $5.50 to about $7.50 for a small order.
Yeah, or like a smoothie at so it's like that's like a meal. Is it supposed to be a meal replacement or just kind of like
No, it's supposed to be where you get your vitamins in that you're not getting from your meals.
well, yeah, but can you have it instead of a meal or you're just really supposed to have it before a workout or as an extra? It's supposed to be a snack. Okay.
Yeah, it's not a meal replacement.
It's not high caloric then.
No, yeah. You're not gonna see any like type of you're not your muscles will still develop, but it's not gonna give you the macros that you need in order to hit your goals.
Right.
So that's like a protein shake or something, which maybe in the future I'll add something cool like that. But yeah, it's mostly for me it's because we as fitness people we eat so much, and I hate salads. I'm not a salad guy. Like you won't. It's very rare. I probably eat a salad like once or twice in a year. So that means
that's how you get all the good stuff.
Yeah, because I'm not getting all my greens. I'm not eating broccoli all the time. So I'm just.
Well, and even when we are getting good stuff, we're not getting enough, like you said. This is like many because even if you do, I mean, it's really hard to get everything you're supposed to.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, what about your vitamin B and vitamin C? Like, are you getting all those things? And if I'm honest with myself, not until I'm juicing, and I can feel it because my digestive system feels like clogged. I'm like, you know.
Yeah, that's a horrible feeling. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, Emerald. I mean, this is really cool. I think you're like an awesome person. I love everything you're doing. We're gonna follow you on like all of your social platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Awesome. Well, yeah, thank you for having me, and I enjoyed being on the podcast. And yeah, until next time, thank you for this opportunity. Yeah. I see the way that you looking. You wanna put your body on me. And the way you moving that body, girl, you can put your body on me. Tell her that's on me. Yeah, that's on me. I just love the way you do it when you move that body on me. Tell her that's on me. I just love the way you do it when you move that body. I see the way that you looking. You wanna put your body on me. And the way you moving that body, girl, you can put your body on me. Tell her that's on me. Only here for a week, then we take flight, girl. We don't really speak. Conversation so good, always going deep. And we don't really talk, cause that talk's so cheap. But we don't check the price tag, ego kinda big. They just wonder where my ice at. I don't need a flight attendant, tell me where my flight's at. Just tell me which country you just trying to spend the night at. Here for the night, but the feeling's just right. But we don't catch feelings, cause we just catch flights. And we was sightseeing till you turned off the lights. But you look so good, rather do it with the lights. With the lights on, get to it to the right song, right song. Talking at the light, the feeling you couldn't fight, the feeling when you just knew that everything was just right, girl. I see the way that you looking, you wanna put your body on me, and the way you moving that body, girl, you can put your body on me. Tell her that's on me, yeah, that's on me. I just love the way you do it when you move that body on me. Tell her that's on me. I just love the way you do it when you move that body. I see the way that you looking. You wanna put your body on me. And the way you moving that body, girl, you can put your body on me. Tell her that's on me. Took a trip up to Thailand. Got 13, I was still lolling. Henny on the plane, and tequila on the boat. Just in case you didn't know, I just always been a goat. Only 23, I can show you what I wrote. So tell me what your name is. Yeah, you can roll through, ain't worry who you came with. All them on the same shit, same shit. I see you dancing. Ain't worry about a man, cause you get it on your own. No time for games, especially when you grown. Yeah, you grown now, I see the way that you looking. You wanna put your body on me. And the way you moving that body, girl, you can put your body on me. Tell her that's on me. Yeah, that's on me. I just love the way you do it when you move that body on me. Tell her that's on me. I just love the way you do it when you move that body. I see the way that you looking. You wanna put your body on me. And the way you moving that body, girl, you can put your body on me. Tell her that's on me. Tell her that's on me. Tell her that's on me.
Felt right in the moment, felt right in the summertime. It felt right drinking cherry wine with you. Just wanted to own it, just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here, oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you. Now I must confess here, oh, I must confess, dear, don't think I'm in love with you. Winter is coming and I don't know what to do. There's no more use in running, no more running to you. And I don't want your loving, I don't want to be just friends, knowing all this time we were playing pretend. Playing pretend, playing pretend.
It's a mystery.